Oh, happy with the win, obviously. Wish we could have done some things better. That's normally the case. I think you got to give Navy a lot of credit for continuing to play. There were a lot of times in that second half they could have maybe, just said it wasn't their night and took their ball and went home, so to speak, but they didn't do that. So I think you have to give them a lot of credit. In particular, 55 I thought was terrific tonight. Made every play she needed to make, kept them in the game, and kudos to her. But we're happy to get the win and get back to work tomorrow. She finished everything today, which was different than the last time we played them. Not everything, but I don't know what the number is, but it seemed like she got around the rim and she made them. Whereas down there, we were a little more fortunate. But her quickness, obviously, ability to go both right and left, and she made a couple threes behind screens, which now makes you have to be even more aggressive, and then you're more aggressive, and now her quickness and ability to go to the basket kicks in. So she's a good player. She had a great night and gave us problems. We had some different players on her and didn't have much success with anybody. So tip your hat to her. We took it off. I just felt like it was a turnover or a basket. If we didn't turn them over, it felt like they were getting easy shots. I thought we looked lethargic most of the night. Defensively, we didn't have a real aggressive nature to us, so we tried to press a little more to create that. But then once we got in the half court, it was, if we didn't steal it, we didn't really close people out real hard. People were beating us off the dribble. Just not a real connected effort defensively from us, I didn't think. Certainly not good enough if we want to compete at the top of the league down the stretch and into the playoffs. When they turned it over, obviously that helped us. I'd have to watch the film to give you specifics. It's probably not one thing. It's just accumulation of they turn it over, shots aren't going in, and ours do, and then reverse that, and they're able to chip away at it. But it's a tough league, and if you're not at or near your best every night, teams can give you a hard time and beat you. And, we're fortunate tonight to have just enough.
I think like the X's and O's are very different. Like our playbook is completely different. Our defense is very different. Both ways have worked well. But I think what is the same is just like our mentality and our attitude. I think we're performing really well right now. We've won a bunch of games, and same thing was happening last year and the years before that. And that's because we kind of work really hard and have a championship mindset. I think I only shot maybe twice in the first half, which I think if we're going to succeed, I need to shoot a little bit more. So definitely my mindset was attack the basket, and it just kind of so happened that it kind of worked out well for me, I guess. Yeah, Tessa and Autumn are beasts down there. They were really, Navy's guards are pretty small, so they were able to get good matches with them, and then they were able to finish around the basket, which was definitely a plus for us.
Other than just another chance to go compete with this team, I really like this team, and I think from where we were when we met in June to where we are now is, they've done an incredible job of evolving from a good team to a different good team because, what was lost was considerable and roles have changed and certainly coaches have changed. So there's been so much change and they've done a really good job with it, to be at this point and you're sitting where we are, a chance to really control your own destiny. You have to give our kids a lot of credit because they've had to do a lot of changing since June, and so they deserve a lot of credit. But we're going to keep pushing them because all our goals are still in front of us. We haven't really accomplished anything yet, and we're capable of a lot more. So that's really what I'm looking forward to is just more opportunity to get better.
Yeah, it's really hard to win on that court. I think in my career we've only won once, so they play really well down there. But definitely looking forward to the game.
So, we're really, just kind of searching for some consistency off the bench. I think everybody we've played has shown spurts, which is a good thing. Everybody's capable. But what we haven't found is a consistent punch off the bench, in particular on the perimeter. Autumn's been pretty consistent. Carly Kersel, although not here tonight, has been pretty consistent throughout the year. So we're just searching. And, I just felt like, After both seeing the first half, that she seemed a little bit more comfortable. She is a senior, so she's been around the block. Although maybe in a lot less of a role, but there'll be other games we're going to need her to step up. So it was good to see her get in there and contribute. We don't shoot them, and we don't talk about them. We just get good free throw shooters and get the right. I always felt like good free throw shooting was having the right people shooting them. And so that's the key. If your main handlers are good free throw shooters, on their spare time, that's what they do. They shoot. They don't come in the gym and work on defensive slides. So we spend practice time doing that, and because I know when they're on their own, that's when they're shooting the ball.